Hi, my name is Cameron Saucier, an associate editor with Money Morning. You're already being bombarded with political attack ads as we get closer to Election Day on Tuesday, November 8th. Wells Fargo Securities estimates that a whopping $6 billion will be spent on political advertising in 2016, the highest amount in election history. Political ads infuriate many of us because they can be disingenuous and just plain manipulative. They can also be highly persuasive, if you're a passive viewer. So today I'm going to give you 3 tricks to think actively when viewing these subversive ads, so you can decide for yourself what's true and what's not. But before we get to look at these tips, let's look at just why attack ads can be so effective. Do you remember the infamous Willie Horton ad during the 1988 election? It's credited with severely hurting the presidential campaign of Michael Dukakis. Although it grossly misrepresented Dukakis' positions, it massively swayed voters.
Bush and Dukakis on crime. Bush supports the death penalty for first-degree murderers. Dukakis not only opposes the death penalty, he allowed first-degree murderers to have weekend passes from prison. One was Willie Horton, who murdered a boy in a robbery, stabbing him 19 times. Despite a life sentence, Horton received 10 weekend passes from prison. Horton fled, kidnapped a young couple, stabbing the man and repeatedly raping his girlfriend. Weekend prison passes. Dukakis on crime.
At one point, Dukakis led George H.W. Bush by a 17-point margin in the polls nearly 3 months before the general election. But this ad changed the course of the race in Bush's favor, according to many Democratic strategists. It caused many white Americans, especially Southerners, to question Dukakis' position on violent crime. Bush won the race with a comfortable 6-point lead in the polls. This ad is a great example of one of the most subversive tactics political ads use to influence you: logical fallacies. These faulty arguments target your emotions rather than logic. 30 seconds is all they need to put an idea or feeling inside your head. The Horton ad you just saw used a hasty generalization fallacy by suggesting that Dukakis supported weekend prison passes for murderers and rapists. A hasty generalization means jumping to a conclusion before collecting enough evidence to support its validity. The ad also used a straw man fallacy, misrepresenting someone's actual position by oversimplifying Dukakis' position on crime. In reality, Dukakis was only against the death penalty. There are 3 methods you can use to help you spot these kinds of logical fallacies. Tip number 1, find out who is behind what. When you see a political ad, you can locate the super PAC responsible for it on the bottom of the screen at the end of the commercial. You can see more details about this super PAC and who it supports by going to opensecrets.org, a research group that tracks money flows and donations in US politics. Tip number 2, check the facts. Identify what the political attack ad is presenting as a fact. Then check to see if that's actually the case. You can go to a website like politifact.com to see whether a candidate's statements are true or false. Or if you're feeling adventurous, you can always do your own research. There are plenty of unbiased sources out there, like factcheck.org, which can aid in your own fact-finding mission. Tip number 3, keep a level head. Remember that most political ads will use whatever tactics they can to sway your vote. Don't let them change your opinions with false or misleading information packed with powerful emotions. For more coverage about super PACs and other shady political organizations in the dark world of campaign finance, visit moneymorning.com/auction for America.